everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel Sunday Spoon. My name is Samira and I don't know how it is for everybody else, but for me, pirozhki aren't just food. It's something from childhood, from a really warm time when everything felt simpler. I remember standing in my grandma's kitchen while she was making the dough, and it felt like some kind of a magic to me. Like you just mix simple things like kefir and flour, and somehow it turns out into actual pirozhki. And honestly, no matter how many times I've tried them since, hers were always better. Sorry mom, but it's true. And today I'm going to try to make the same kind of pirozhki myself. No meat, just potatoes, the simplest, most homemade version. Let's see if I can at least get a little close to the taste, or at least not completely mess it up. So I have a very basic set of ingredients here. No exotic products, just things that are usually sitting around at home waiting to be used. Kefir, flour, an egg, a little oil, salt, sugar, and potatoes for the filling. And that's it. If this doesn't turn out good, the problem is not in the recipe anymore. I'll start with the filling because potatoes take time. Peeling potatoes is honestly its own kind of meditation. You just stand there, think about life, or try not to think at all. If I'm being honest, I used to hate this part. It felt long, boring, and useless. But now, I don't know. Maybe I'm just getting older, but there is something nice about it. Like you are doing something without rushing, at least once in your life. Ta-da! I'm washing the potatoes, cutting them into medium pieces for it to boil quicker, more quicker. How do you say it in English?
Yes, quicker is grammatically correct, but it's not the most natural choice. People usually say faster instead of quicker.
Yeah, right, whatever. Putting them on to boil and waiting for at least 20 minutes for it to boil. I don't know exactly how much. You can look in the descriptions. There's exact measurements for everything. I'm just too lazy to pronounce it, but also I'm not too lazy to cut the onion. Onions are something a lot of people just skip, and then they're like, it turned out okay. Of course it's just okay, you removed half of the flavor. Food is always better when you don't just follow the rules, but actually understand why are you even doing this. For example, it's important to not overcook the potatoes because they will get watery and the filling just turns out weird. I'm too lazy to cut this all by myself, so yeah. We are not going to wait for potatoes to boil. We will start making the dough because it needs its own time to rest too. I take the kefir, so liquidy, watery, an egg, some salt, and a bit of sugar, and a bit of oil, mix it, and already at this point it looks like something is coming together. I'm adding baking soda and baking powder, and here's the small detail. The soda reacts with kefir, which is why the dough will end up soft and airy. It's not just added because the recipe says so, there's actually a reason for it. See how it turns out all bubbly? You don't see it, right? Well, here you go, if you can see it. Okay, just trust me, there is a reaction. And now I start gradually adding the flour, and this is where it's really important to not overdo it. Because there's always a moment where you think, oh, it's sticky, I add a little bit more flour, and you do. And 2 minutes later, you don't have a dough anymore. You have some kind of construction material, which is not good. The dough should be soft, slightly sticky, that's normal. Too sticky, add more flour. And if it looks like a rock, well, there is something wrong with you. I'm so brave, I'm mixing it with my hands. And you should too. It looks so soft already, but there's not enough flour, so I'm gonna mix it for about 5 minutes and then I will see if I have to add more. I will not add more flour. It's soft, it's a little bit sticky, but after we let it rest, it will be normal. I hope so. Cover your dough with a plastic wrap or a blanket and put it away for about 15 to 30 minutes in a warm place. The potatoes are ready. I'm draining them and starting to mash them. Macaroni. It's so warm, isn't it? Let's replace the potatoes into a nice bowl. Add onions. Now add salt. You also can add a little bit of pepper. I will not. And just mix everything together. And the filling is completely done. Ooh. Okay, now divide the dough into equal parts. Don't be greedy with the flour and add it. I divide the dough into small pieces that look like this. Now it's the most boring part for me. Roll out each of these little pieces. They should be equal, at least a little bit equal to each other. Roll them out into not so thick but not so thin circles. But because I don't have enough space right here, I will add the filling like this much, about 1 tablespoon, maybe a little bit more. Every time it feels like you can add more and more, but you can't, because if you add too much, everything will fall apart. Now I pinch the edges of 2 sides closed, like this. Although honestly mine never came out great and perfect, but it's okay. Make sure to pinch them nicely, then turn them and flatten them a little bit. And this is how your pirozhok should look like. It looks like it's too flat, but it will get fluffier when we fry it. Next one. Now the next one. And the next one. And next one. And here they are, my not the most perfect pirozhki. In general, I think that's why the homemade food is so special. It's not perfect, it's not symmetrical, but it has its own character. And now it's time to finally fry them. Oh, I have a really cool life hack for frying pirozhki that will help you avoid getting oil all over your kitchen, because I know we all hate it to clean up this mess. Just lay parchment paper directly on the pan first, and only then add plenty of vegetable oil. Don't forget to turn on the heat. I hope this is enough. Wait for about 5 minutes for oil to heat up, and next place the pirozhki carefully in the pan. I will place only 2 of them. And just watch, no need to rush. If the heat is too high, they'll look good on the outside but be raw inside, which is classic, so be careful. And now it's time to flip them. Oh, they are a little bit too dark. It's okay, at least they are fluffy. Ooh, look at this. Look at this perfect pirozhok. And this one too. Now the next 2. This is probably the best sound in the kitchen. Finally, they are not burned. Let's see. Yay! You can fry the sides like this too, but you have to hold it. And the last lonely one. I don't know if they turned out like my grandma's, probably not, and that's okay. But they look really good and they smell good too. So let's try one of those. I want this one. Wow. Ooh. They are so soft I can even eat them with braces. And in my opinion, the whole point is that you don't make these things for a perfect result, but for the process itself. Because at some point you do realize that these are the moments that actually stay with you and not the food. Because the food we eat. And if you like this recipe, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel Sunday Spoon to see more videos like this, and don't forget to come here again for the new Sunday video. Bye bye!